bringing it. Reminded me of being a 14-year-old kid. Nothing to do in his life. Terrible. Alright, let's turn this volume down a little bit. Let it rock in the background. What's up, everyone in the sports universe? You are here getting warm in the dumpster fire with your very own 5 Points Viz, and we have a huge show for you tonight. Do I have a urinating tree with me?
You know it, sir. I've always been here. I got my beer in hand, and you know damn well I'm ready.
Yep, and we were supposed to have a TJ Carpenter, but it looks like he had life or something. And then
those damn kids he's with, man.
Yep.
Those damn kids every time.
Kids.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yep, and then Perna is hibernating until football season starts, is really what I believe.
He's building a shrine to Case Keenum. I think that's what he's trying to go for.
Right.
I don't blame him one bit for that, man.
Next to his real tacky Jesus shrine of John Elway.
Well,
That's
is
right.
it over 6'3"? That's the question. If it isn't, then it's sacrilege.
Yeah, I know. It was Tebow was like 6'2", and he still drafted him. I don't get it.
Well, that was McDaniels.
Yeah, but Elway was in charge at the time, right? He was in charge.
He was in charge of his last few years there. I do know that.
Yeah. Anyways, in a little bit, we'll have a special guest, the first female guest maybe ever, unless you count my wife yelling at me in the background. Susanna from the Susanna and Mara podcast will be joining us to talk a little baseball. And so a lot has happened. You know what's funny is I think we had a conversation one time where you were like, I don't think we have any female fans. I was like, I don't think any females know that we have YouTube channels.
I think there's 5. That's what I guessed, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's mostly gentlemen. Let's not
Type 1 in the chat if you're a female.
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, I know.
That's how it happens every time, man.
Every website I go on is just a bunch of dudes pretending to be chicks.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
that's everybody.
Let me turn off this, or at least... Oh, there's my face. Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we'll have Susanna
Do I really want to see this?
So we'll have Susanna from Susanna and More of the podcast. And so lots happened since, 69 is your favorite number, guys. The March Madness happened. Was that a good tournament?
Yeah, that got boring at the end. It's the most surprising conference where everything gets blown up and the Final Four is just so predictable.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be really good.
I mean, nobody expected Loyola Chicago to go all the way. Let's not lie to ourselves there.
No, I didn't expect that.
It's a nice story.
It is, but then in the end, it was so predictable, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you kind of knew in the back of your mind Villanova was going to do something. If Villanova didn't do something, then it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Sister Jean can now, go off and market herself to the highest bidder. You need some faith? Here. Minnesota Wild. You need some faith because your entire team's out for the season? Come with me. Florida Panthers, same here. You know what? Let's go with the Philadelphia Flyers, too. Why not?
Why are you trying to blow the NHL nut in the first 4 minutes, man? I'm
because
saving that for
hockey
last.
is God, man. Don't deny it. Hockey is always
It is
God.
good. I see a little Sister Jean comment there. Boy, did did a 98-year-old nun profit from her crap team making a special run.
Because she's likable. Everybody likes an old lady, man.
Okay. Now, well, I guess I like her if I need to avoid busting a nut, right? I'll just think Sister Jean from now on.
Fuck, man. Dude, keep it in your pants.
Keep it in your pants. Yeah, and we're gonna have a female guest later. I don't know if she's listening.
We
to
should
the
keep
show.
it in our pants.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna show up now. But yeah, Sister Jean.
I wouldn't either. That's just me.
It used to be baseball, right? I'd be like, oh yeah, outside pitches. But now Sister Jean will take that spot in the concentration rotation, for sure. I got a question, man. Is the 3-point shot killing college basketball?
3? Well, I mean, if you think about it, the 3's everywhere nowadays. It's not just in college, it's pros, too. Look at Golden State. All they do is chuck 3s. And then they see that. It's like, oh, I can chuck 3s, too. Then they go off and chuck 3s. If you can't beat it, find a way to stop it. If anything's been hurt from like the last couple like years or 10 years.
Whoa. What's going on with that? Oh,
I have no idea. Somebody's got echo out the wazoo.
Yeah, I forget. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, that's somebody else. My bad.
No,
That's
so
cool.
Susanna jumped on, but we got some feedback there. Yep. All right, I gotta tell Susanna, you gotta turn off your speakers.
No, so Susanna jumped on, but
So
Put on some headphones.
Yeah, or put on some headphones. We're getting some echo there. Ugh.
Headphones are of beauty.
It's bad enough I
still,
got
it's like, I'm glad you can join us.
Yes, I agree. It's bad enough I have to hear my own voice.
Hey. It could be better than dead air. Remember that.
Dead air
the last
was-
time we did that was a fucking dumpster fire. And that was the true term of the show. Let's never forget that horrible day.
That was awful.
Silence.
I think you had you were sick. And
Yeah, I was dealing with a little bit of a sickness then. Like, I mean, it's still like it's okay now. It's just like getting all the extra shit out. It's annoying.
that one was rough because even I tried to text you after and say, "Man, that wasn't that bad," and you're like, "No, dude,
No, that was trash.
Yeah.
And even you was like, dude, that was fucking trash.
Yeah, I know that was trash." And then you were like, "It's all love, man," but that was horrible. So
Yeah, it was. I mean, dude, even I could see that. I mean, I'm not defending myself in any way. I was terrible too.
All right, let's see if I can unmute Susanna and see if she's still having problems. All right. Oh, I think, did she turn off her mic? All right, maybe she turned off her mic. All right. Anyways, we'll see if she's worked this out in a second. But anyways, so the three to me is like everyone can shoot now, man. You go to the gym, right? And you try to play ball with these kids. Little white kids are hitting every three, like, in your face, and then, like, doing the motion, like, making fun of you, and you're like, dude, everyone can shoot now. I can't
Well,
figure-
at the end of the day, like, I haven't played basketball in years. Last time I played basketball, I dislocated my pinky, and that was like 10 years ago.
Oh, did you hurt
it has
your
not
little-
really been a good time.
You hurt your little pinky?
I know, I did. I did. I hurt my little pinky, and I got it relocated, but it was fine. But, yeah.
I think this is just the evolution of basketball because they changed it so that you can't molest people out on the court. Now the people are going to shoot threes. You can't block I think what will happen to address this is players will just get bigger. They'll put more guards will have to get taller, and they'll have to defend just like on the inside, but out on the outside.
Well, at the end of the day, they're probably going to be built like linebackers, if you think about it.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez out there, and
DeJuan Blair, or that dude at Pitt, he was built like a linebacker.
yeah, dude.
But like that's what it's probably going to turn into. Like what's really cost like sense is the mid-range game. You know, like board play. Like there's a lot that's like suffered, but it's just like chuck threes, and I do the same thing, honestly.
Absolutely. But, John Boyes did a video where he eliminated the three and he did an analysis and he figured out that the point value of the three-pointer is not as great as making the actual shot. And that he determined
because it's only an extra point.
Right. He determined that Golden State would have still won the championship if you took threes away from them. And the other interesting thing was like 90% of all basketball shots that are made either occur right under the basket or beyond the three-pointer. And that's it. The mid-range jumper, all those points that are come there are inconsequential to the outcome of the game.
If you have a strong person in the paint, you have guys that can shoot, you'll be fine. Golden State's a loaded team regardless. No matter what. Steph Curry is a great player. Klay Thompson's a great player. Andre Iguodala is off your bench, and he was a former All-Star. Draymond, Kevin Durant. Like, I'm sorry. That's a great team.
Yeah, and I want to talk later in the show about the NBA playoffs as well.
Speaking of NBA, moment of silence for Boston.
Oh, my God.
Kyrie Irving's not coming back.
How can two players
make it
involved
past the second round?
Right, in one trade be done for it's amazing.
Well, they still have depth. I mean, they have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but how far do you think they take them?
I don't know. I think the league was like, we need LeBron to win, so send your thugs out. We need things.
Well,
to
that
happen.
is LeBron. I mean, Cleveland has the weakest team in a long time.
Yeah. I see the Snapchats coming in. I do want to address.
Snapchat now?
Yeah, we had a Snapchat.
Are you selling out, brother?
A Snapchat. I mean, a super chat.
Snapchat. I'm like, dude, you got Snapchat? What are you, like some new age young YouTuber? Get out of my lawn. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. How old are we? All right, this first super chat was, UT, is there enough content to do a Lau Cal video on the Blackhawks, or do we need to see if the misery continues next season?
Chicago Blackhawks. Ooh, I mean, if there was another video I'd do on hockey right now, it'd be the Flames because of their arena situation. Blackhawks might need a little more time to gestate and develop. You can talk about a few things, you know, everyone sucking Captain Intangible's dick, their insistence on having Bobby Hall as a legend of the game, Stan Bowman's dire consequences, and all he did was bring back a bunch of old guys that really didn't do much for the team. But, like... as I said, it needs more time, to be fair.
Yeah, it's still hard to give them a Lau Cal when they won 3 cups in 6 years, and recently, like, not.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it would have to be like the San Francisco one, you know, like a tale of 2 years, one of that sort of thing.
Yeah, but San Francisco didn't climb the mountain. They just got one play away, and then Colin Kaepernick became a social justice warrior. That's what happened. All right.
Ooh, you had to go there, man.
Yep. Let's get through these Snapchats real quick. $2 from Randall Gavin. Oh, by the way, that was Lewa503 that sent that Snapchat. Or shit.
Snapchat. You've been calling it. Dude, you're gonna call it Snapchat all night. I know how this
dick pics, man. That's how. All right, Randall Gavin. Please RIP Arsenal. They're the capitals of soccer. Okay. I wish I could give you a penny back because you used there improperly, but I'll let it slide because it was a super chat. But Arsenal, I guess, is out of the Champions League, and
yeah. Well, Arsenal's out of the Champions League. They're still in the Premier League.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know my British soccer.
Arsenal is always like a team that's like they've never done like a championship caliber, yet they throw a lot of money at things.
Yeah. I like that the word arse is in the team name. It's Arsenal. Yeah.
I knew a few coworkers of mine that used to be fans of Arsenal. And that's what I kind of got introduced to Premier League in. I didn't realize they were that much of a train wreck until, you know, I started doing this shit.
So they're the Mets of the Premier League. I know that's right to say Premier. Right. Anyways, all right, we got Nolan Ross. I love what you guys do. Thank you. We love what you guys do too.
Gracias, señor.
Right. Snapchat us dirty pictures. Miami Heat is in from Before You Love Shine. Are they really going to make the playoffs?
Made it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're the 8th seed. And Detroit's like down like 4 games.
Wow, yeah.
Remember when everyone said that Detroit was going to be so good because, you know, they had those 3 games where, like, Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin looked like on top of the world?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, then you realize they don't have any depth because they traded it all to the Clippers.
And
the West looks loaded right now, though.
Right.
Like, at 3 through 10, I think, are like a dogfight.
You know, in NBA 2K14, I won a championship with the Pistons in my career mode. So I know they're a dangerous squad.
Actually, scratch that. I think the Trailblazers made it. I'm not sure if anyone else did. Double check that, actually.
The GRV of Lightning for UT. Thoughts on WrestleMania?
WrestleMania. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. So I can't even, like... All I know is that Daniel Bryan's back, but I don't really follow wrestling as much anymore as I used to.
You know what? So, my wife used to make me watch that Total Divas show, and let's just say I didn't complain. Have you ever seen
wrestling?
Yeah. What are those twins' name? The 2 twins, the chicks. Yeah. Let's just say here's the lineup. Yeah.
Chicka wow wow.
Chicka wow wow. Yep, and we're gonna have our first female guest.
Totally sexist when there's a woman on the line. I know. We're We're horrible people.
We are terrible. When do my Dolphins get a video? We earned it from Kevin Sika. That's the second time you've been asked for a Dolphins.
I get a lot of requests for a Dolphins video. The Dolphins are getting there. We just need a little time to gestate.
Well, you used gestate twice. Did you knock somebody up? Is that?
No, it's because I think about food all the time. And
Okay.
Gestating and digestion, because I'm a fat fuck.
Gestate, I thought, is that digestive or pregnancy related?
Gestate? Well, it's technically both. It could be considered.
Let's look it up. Gestate. We have, carry a fetus in the womb or develop over a long period. I guess a good BM could develop. Well, over a long period.
Stomach food. Like if you have like a nice 3-course dinner, it gestates in your stomach.
Right, and then you give birth to a food baby that just comes right out. Yes. Gosh, these super chats are coming though. So are you going to do a Dolphins Lao Cow or what?
Maybe. As I said, I got too many ideas right now. I mean, I wanted to a couple football teams that aren't actually the Dolphins, but they're some I've done before, some is the first time, but it's like stuff that's in preliminary process. A lot of what I've been doing and trying to plan out right now is hockey, because I'm doing a lot more. I have a little bit of a lull period right now because one of the videos I'm doing another revisiting, but got a little time before it's technically due, I should say. But a couple of things I've been doing have been more long-term ambitious projects. I know I'm working on 2 right now. They're legacies of failure. I think one for a team and one for a coach.
It's always fun
as to what they are. So
it's always fun when you do a crap ton of research for a video and then you make one mistake and that's the only thing people realize.
Well, I mean, it makes you feel like shit.
Yes.
For whatever reason, I missed the fact that Eugene Robinson got arrested before Super Bowl, the Falcons Super Bowl. And I'm sitting there how the fuck did I miss that?
You know what I love about that story was Eugene Robinson, the day before he got arrested, was clowning Shannon Sharp and said he looked like a horse on TV and then made horse noises like...
Yep, and he won Man of the Year.
Yeah. So. And then Eugene gets arrested the next day for solicitation, which is just great.
Yeah.
All right,
I do a Bengals video. I will not miss the fact that their star fullback relapsed on heroin or cocaine the day before the game.
No. Somebody said up there, talk about Conor McGregor already.
McGregor.
We'll talk about Conor McGregor at the end of the show, okay? So stick around. All right, let's get these Snapchats because it does lead right into the next topic, and Susanna's going to come on. So Billy Schneider, huge fan. How far will the Vegas Golden Knights, not the Golden Nuggets, go in the playoffs?
The Vegas Golden Knights. The thing about hockey, I am really excited for this playoff run. Even the West, I think, except for a few teams, the Wild, they're battered to shit. And then whomever wins the Avalanche and Blues are also battered to shit. But the Golden Knights, they're going to be taking on either, I think, it would be the Kings, the Ducks, or the Avalanche or Blues.
I think
right?
I think, and I'm going to save this for later. I'm telling you, the one thing that could end up hurting is these guys have never played together. So that's going to...
The question with the playoffs, too, is Marc-Andre Fleury's had a lot of concussion issues this year. So that's a huge question mark.
Yeah, he old and stuff. All right, Mr. Mephisto. Hey, what's up? Oakland A's Professional Baseball's Hillfire. Everyone follow Mephisto on Twitter, by the way.
Professional Baseball's Hillfire, more like the Money Pit.
Yeah.
The Moneyball. I called the Money Pit. That was Miami.
The Moneyball didn't work.
It was my goddamn mind. Sorry about that.
Just not going to work,
Blue Jackets went up. God damn it.
Yeah, Billy Bean didn't work.
Fucking Blue
All right,
Jackets.
Owner bracket, third round. Did you finish the owner bracket?
No, I'm going to actually do the third round shortly.
Look how old.
If I remember correctly, Dean Spanos beat James Dolan, and I'm sitting there God damn it.
You knew that was going to happen. All you had to do was put Spanos.
It's because people are listening to my shit. I personally felt
Technically, it's Alex Spanos who owns this club. Dean is just his asshole son.
Yeah, Alex Spanos, isn't he in a vegetative state or something?
Something like
So
that.
it would technically be Dean Spanos and Dan Snyder and Stan Kroenke and Jarek Jeter.
Oh, boy.
I figured Melnick would win that one.
Melnick or Precourt really are the two worst
Precourt was
people.
close. I mean, there were a lot of people that were rooting for Precourt to win this.
Yeah. And then the last one right here before we're going to break. Keep the Snapchats Super
What
chats
are you
coming.
doing, son?
Dr. Doom. Let's let Dead Air read the super chats. Seattle Mariners for Legacy of Sadness. Wow, that would be a good one. You could do like a rain theme for Seattle.
Legacy of futility.
Yeah.
The Mariners have always been like, oh, boy, we're going to do stuff. It's like Sisyphus rolling the ball up the hill.
Oh, wow. A Sisyphus reference. That's my dad's favorite Greek myth. The Sisyphus. All right. Sisyphus. Let's bring Suzanne on. Let's hope that her mic doesn't screw up. Hello? Are you there? Is she there?
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
we
hear
can.
you. You are live on the air, and you did not run away from our earlier lewd comments.
No, they were fine. I'm having a little difficulty because it's not very loud playing on my phone, but I'll do my best.
All right. That's fine. We're not special enough for you to get in front of the PC. You got to use the phone.
I'm in front of the PC, but it's there's a delay. It didn't sync up.
Oh, okay. Well, say hi to everyone, our audience out there. Tell us
Hi,
a little
everyone.
about. Why don't you tell us before we start talking about baseball? Tell us a little bit about your podcast and what you're doing, because it is pretty rare that you see. And I don't want to make a gender distinction like I'm being a pig, but it is a tougher market for females to enter in the sports world. I will say that.
Yeah, it is. And I think we're just So, anyways, my podcast partner, Maura Mantle, and my name's Susanna Leonard. We do a podcast called She Talks Game. Find us on iTunes and SoundCloud. And then if you're into Twitter, you can find me at She Talks Game Pod. And I was in therapy, and I said, everybody in LA is in therapy. That's where we're based out of. So it's not like a weird thing. But I was just like, I don't like anything that I'm doing in my life. And so my therapist was like, well, what would you do if you could do anything? And I was like, I don't know, just talk about sports and be funny. And he was like, well, why don't you do that? And so I started thinking, and anyways, that was kind of the genesis of everything. And I let that gestate for a while.
Oh, yes. A callback. Nice. So yeah, well, welcome. I'm glad that you are. I've never talked to you before, so I'm glad that you're articulate and not ruining the show. So welcome.
Or xenophobic or racist.
Yes,
So
good. Yes, good on those two as well. Hopefully that side doesn't come out from me later. All right, I want to talk about Gabe Kapler before we talk about Shohei Ohtani. So Gabe Kapler in his first 3 games, this is what he does. He pulls his starter Arenado, I believe, after 68 pitches on opening day. And then he uses 9 pitchers in a blowout and has to put a position player on the mound. And then tries to bring in a pitcher that wasn't warmed up, as in Hobie Milner. So, is this... do you think the Phils are already regretting their decision all 3 games into the season?
Me?
Yeah,
or
go ahead.
Your
Yeah,
partner?
Yeah, whatever. Just whoever wants to answer. As long as Dead Air doesn't take all the questions, we're good.
I don't know. I didn't watch that game. I'm a pretty solid Angels fan, and I've been pretty obsessed with what's going on with them right now. So, I mean, I think it's still early. Anything can happen. I don't know. People are going to find a reason to complain all the time. But if you, I think, check the mistake that you're making and make a turnaround, it could be okay. But I think Philadelphia's had enough wins this year.
What are they? 1-3, I think, to start the season.
I meant as a city.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about
Knowing
that.
the Phillies, they'll probably go deep in the playoffs. They're 2-4 right now, actually.
If I could cry more, is every time Philly's successful at anything.
I agree.
I really do not.
Philly's terrible.
Yeah. Nothing against the people of Philly. but really that
Oh,
was
it's
a shot
apparently
at
it's
the
South
people.
Philly because the people of Philly tried to distance themselves. Oh, it's not us, it's South Philly. I swear.
It's those New Jerseyites that ruined Philly. Jeez. All right, I think Kapler. He was like a nutrition guy. Like I remember when I first saw him, he was doing like CrossFit in a commercial, and then he batted like 220 in the majors, and was obviously roided out. And I don't know why they hired him, but it pretty much isn't going to work out. I don't think so. All right, another thing. Before we get into the Angels, one more thing. I want to debate with you, Tree. Who's got a better lineup? Mm-hmm. The Astros or the Yankees?
Astros.
You like the Astros?
Me. I really like their youth.
I don't know.
I think their pitching takes the advantage.
Suzanne, what do you think?
I think that I think they've got something really special. The Astros have something really special, and I think that they're exciting to watch. I think the country got behind them. I mean, being in LA and being an Angels fan, watching Dodgers fans sulk and pout and just be destroyed was really one of the greatest joys of 2017 for me.
Wow.
So I'm always going to be grateful to the Astros for that and kind of side with them.
I think my greatest joy of 2017 was my tax return. So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Right.
I think the Yankees have a better lineup. Honestly, I think Gregorius is way underrated. And but they are going to strike out a lot. They do strike out more than I would like, and I'm a Met fan. I hate the Yankees to my core, but the Yankees have a very nice lineup. Very nice. I think it's okay. You guys win. The Astros do have a better lineup, but the Yankees do have a nice lineup. How about that?
Once they got Giancarlo, that's the big bopper that you needed in that lineup to complement Aaron Judge.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the Angels and Shohei Ohtani. So I did a whole video on whether you can bring in a DH to pitch. And in that research, I learned a lot about Ohtani. And as that was happening, a lot of people were clowning him in spring training for not necessarily his pitching, but his hitting. So then he goes out and he wins his opening day start or whatever, his first start. And then he hits a bomb in his first at-bat. And he makes me look like an idiot. So what's your take on this Ohtani kid, Suzanne? And what do you think? What do you like seeing out of him as a someone that is a diehard Angels fan following them?
All right, to just caveat, not diehard, but my husband, I just got married 3 weeks ago, and when we started dating, I told him we had to raise our children as Jewish, and he said, "Fine, then you have to be an Angels fan."
Oh,
so
wow. That's fair enough trade, right? What was your original team?
Red Sox.
Oh, okay. So, wow,
I've broken my father's heart.
Wow, you turncoated pretty easily there.
I mean, yeah. Again, it was an easier trade, and they are local, and it is fun. And
true.
I didn't get rid of any of my Red Sox gear, so I also didn't tell my dad, actually.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna find out listening to this.
But he'll be happy when he attends the first bar mitzvah. You'll be like, "Look, I gave up the Angels."
Hey, what do you think that sign says?
Whoa, what is that?
Something like eat more cheese.
What kind of
Chocolate.
noise is that? Stop. Sorry, that was the audio. Here, I want to run back this home run real quick. And it was low and in, and he just crushed it. I was impressed. It was a nice cut.
Yeah, and I read that the pitchers in the Japanese league weren't pitching him inside. And so, he was kind of struggling with some of those pitches when he was in the Cactus League, but he apparently didn't have a problem with that this past week.
Yeah, it looks like, he got down. You don't want to throw a lefty low and in like that, but he definitely caught all of it. I don't know if he's going to hit as well. I don't see him as being a 330, 100 guy, though. I don't know. What do you see there?
was 332 with the Nippon Ham Fighters, which was his team, which is the greatest team name I have ever heard of in the history of team names. The Ham Fighters. And I'm sure we've lost something in translation, but I just really want to think of their mascot as battling ham.
Right. You're going to gloss over the Nippon part, too. Okay, that's cool.
Everybody loves ham.
Isn't that just that's what Japan is? Isn't that Nippon?
Nippon.
So, as I was educated in that video from a comment that Nippon ham is like the name of their ham, like it's an actual product, just like it would be like the Stouffer Foods ham fighters. So that's why it would be. That's why they're the Nippon Ham Fighter. It's Nippon Ham, as in ham that you serve.
Like Star-Kissed tuna fighters.
Yes. Very, very appropriate analogy there. But yeah, so you were saying that he batted 330 in the Japanese league, and but you don't always see guys like that who did well in the Japanese league come to America and do the same thing. Like Ichiro and Matsui are the exceptions to the rule typically, especially with Japanese hitters.
Well, yeah, and so I guess to answer your question is if that's the best he did, if that was his career high, I don't know that we can expect that from him, but he's young, and I don't know. I like that he kind of started off slow, and then all of a sudden he comes out, like, and when it counts, he does something important. But it's also only been like 4 games.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to see as a two-way player. That's what I love about this situation is that as a two-way player, like, is he going to hit the day after he pitches? You know, how much mileage are they going to get on him in both of his skill sets?
Yeah, Socha kind of said he wasn't going to be doing that. Like, he's not going to hit the day he pitches, but then I think he hit him the day after he pitched. So,
yeah,
I'm not a big Socha fan though. He, he pulled in one of those games. He pulled in an outfielder and had 4 fielders in the infield, and of course, it didn't play well for them. And the whole time, I think I'm against it because it's not baseball. It's like if there were supposed to be 5 in the infield plus a pitcher, then that's how the game would be played. But that's not how it's supposed to be played. You need your outfielders in the outfield, and it didn't pay off, and it made me even more angry because they lost. And I think Socha, he won a series in 2002, and now I'm ready for someone else.
That's a great point because I think the Twins were up, or who were the Twins up? They're in a game and they're up 7-0, I think, and then they put on a shift and they bunted against the shift, and it pissed the other team off. And to me, that is hilarious. First of all,
that's what I don't get, because like in that situations, you're going to be dealing with. You're just trying to fix the loophole. It's not a unwritten rule shit. There's so many players that have bunted into doubles. This isn't the first time this has happened.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do a video.
Like, look at Robinson Cano. He did it a few years ago.
Yeah, and they were up. It was 7-run deficit. Like, who cares? Like, the thing about like hockey, they don't stop scoring goals. They could be up 10-0 and they score 11 because every goal matters. I don't know why baseball has these, like, it's kind of like the unwritten rules are set by the sore loser to not lose more. Like,
well, even in Little League, you get the mercy rule, and so I think it carries over from that.
You think that they should have the mercy rule in the bigs? You think, like when the O's scored 30 runs on the Rangers that one time? that was great. All right, let's get through some super chats real quick because some of these are relevant. Hi Tree, can you do a Chargers Legacy of Failure vid? Didn't you do one of those already?
I did a video. I'm thinking of doing another video. Thing from LA. I've had some ideas for, but once again, preliminary. Like, I don't know about a legacy of failure. Speaking of which, I do have a legacy of failure that should be coming up.
Nice.
It's not due now because I'm waiting for something to happen, but there is one being worked on, maybe 2.
All right, these are both from Alex Moreno. I know Kroenke sucks. Georgia Frontiere was where Georgia Frontiere was awful. She was the Marge shot of
Kroenke righted a wrong with another wrong.
yes.
That's what really happened.
Yes.
I know everyone says, like, dude, Frontier was worse, but it's like, dude, Kroenke just fucked over another city like Frontier fucked over LA.
Yeah, I think Kroenke was an amateur proctologist, I think, because of
He
what
married
he did.
into money.
He did. He
Hey,
married Ann
More
Walton.
power to him, dude.
What a dick. He looks like Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. Don't feed Phil. This is for you, Susanna. F the Angels, A's till I die. So you have a hater already. Welcome.
Yeah, well, good job. You start making the playoffs.
Yeah, welcome to YouTube. So
I don't know. I think that's one thing that's different between the genders. You rarely get women who are like, screw you. You like the Packer. We don't care. We can sit and talk and bullshit, and we're gonna fight about other shit. Like, I don't know.
if you wore the same dress, that's throwdown shit right there.
On the day of my wedding, somebody asked if they could wear a white dress, and I'm so chill. I was not bridezilla, but I was like, absolutely not. I mean, that's something that I'll say, F you about.
That's a taboo, isn't it? Wearing white on the day of somebody's wedding.
Well, it's super tacky because, if the bride's in white and she's supposed to look the most beautiful, you don't try and compete with her by wearing white.
Yeah, exactly. You're wearing a different color.
See, it offends me if I'm attending because that's another potential person I could spill my wine on and ruin their dress. Like, I don't want two people potentially that I get drunk and tell off and then spill wine on. Like, yeah, right, you're a bitch. Why'd I have to come to this wedding? Oops. Here's your red wine on your
Is that
dress.
how you feel at most weddings?
No,
The bride's a bitch.
You get free food.
that's
That's
true.
all you really ask
I don't
sometimes.
get drunk.
In Pennsylvania, they have this thing called a cookie table where they literally just make cookies and put it on a table. That's literally it. It's the weirdest thing, but it's amazing.
I need to go to a wedding in Pennsylvania then. All right. Let's see. Did I have any more baseball topics? We had the Astros, we had Ohtani, and it looks like we're done. Suzanne, if you want to stick around and hear us rant about the NHL, or you want to go run along to your actual life, you're more than welcome to stay. But we're about to transition to hockey. I thought it was a great experience, and if you want to come on and talk baseball anytime, you have a permanent invite.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'll stay listening in, but I'll pop out because I'm going to eat dinner, and that would just be the worst to hear me smacking in the background. But thanks so much for having us. It was really fun, and if I can just say, go on iTunes and SoundCloud and listen to us if you found me at all compelling and like sports and comedy.
Awesome. Thank you so much for attending. Yes, and no jury would convict me if I somehow got through the Discord app and slapped you if you were to eat on my show and just and bang and slap gums.
Hey, dude, sometimes a woman has to eat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I got to eat.
I
That's all
got
I'm saying.
too. That's right.
Yeah,
seriously,
but you know
hey.
what? It's the height of like Maura on one of our podcasts. She swallowed some water, and I was like, I heard you like just on the podcast. I didn't even edit it out. I was like, you can't do that again. I can't listen to you swallow. I would never.
Well,
I would use an incorrect version of there before I ever smacked or swallowed on a podcast.
I am restraining everything I have to not.
All right.
But
I'm going to end on that.
All right, you can go, and then I'm gonna make a comment while you're not here.
Hey,
No,
hey.
I'm still listening.
Okay, yeah.
No worries.
Darn
Thanks
it.
for joining us.
All right, our one female fan.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you
man.
so much, Suzanne. I appreciate it as well. Enjoy your
Right.
night.
We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank
Great.
you.
Take care.
I heard tree spits is what I was waiting to say.
Oh, dear. There you go, man. Shit. I've been actually
Hey,
following
look.
the hockey scores in the world, too. Like, shit's getting tight.
Yes. Any lady
Nashville,
willing
Washington tied at 3. Pittsburgh, Columbus tied at 4. Philadelphia leading Carolina, which is huge. Boston, Florida tied at 2.
NHL scores, baby.
Shit's getting real.
Ooh, wow. The Flyers.
Jersey beat Toronto, so they clinch, I
Oh,
think.
my gosh. So what
Islanders
happens?
beat the Rangers, which doesn't fucking matter, but it bore us for draft seeding because
Where's the
Whatever.
playoff standings? Hold on. So what happens if Seabus ties tonight?
It's regulation overtime wins. It's the tie, which Pittsburgh owns.
Oh, okay.
In regardless. So,
hold on, let me go to standings.
Yeah, I think New Jersey clinched with that.
Really?
Because Florida need to win out. That's the only way.
So it's got New Jersey above Pittsburgh in the Metro, which I don't really think Pittsburgh cares how they come into this. And then Seabus
Pittsburgh,
and Philly.
I have my doubts on. I have serious doubts on them. Their defense is awful. Like, it is terrible.
Okay, they've won 2 cups in a row.
Yeah, I know. And, that's why it'll seem like vain if you bitch about them. It's like, they won 2 cups. You can't complain. Bitch, I can fucking complain.
I know.
This team has the ability to go far. We've fucking seen it.
I get it.
And you're not playing defense and Chris Letang derping around like he's Ben McAdoo.
You know what Chris Letang does? I think the problem why he's getting beat on defense is because as he's skating back towards the blue line, he pulls out a mirror and then flips his hair up like a Valley girl, and it's like, oh my god, I'm playing defense for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, he is a Valley girl, but not like that.
Yeah.
Like, did I do that? Oh, no.
Oh my god. Yeah. Chris Letang. Dude,
you should see how the women around here react.
It's like, oh my god, Letang, I love him so much.
I think Letang
he is good looking, but Jesus Christ.
Letang is kind
I wish
of
I could
like
have his
French.
Conditioning, though. That man's a beast.
He's kind of a beast. All right, some super chats here. And this is a great one, by the way, from Andy M. Oh, wait. I didn't read Before You Love Shine while Suzanne was here. Can't wait for the Yanks to invade Angel Stadium, which they do every year. They just come into Angel Stadium and win all the time. It's like a fun road trip for them. Andy M., $10. Love this. The SEDIN sisters. 2 girls, no cups. Those are 2 tropes that I love about those. Met them as a young lad years ago. Such great players. Sucks they couldn't win the big dance. Came so close. Keep up your great content. Love your channel. I guess he's talking to you, Tree.
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, the thing with the Sedin twins, it's a scenario that happens. Sometimes there isn't a happy ending. The Sedin twins never got their cup. And unfortunately, it happens. They're great players, future Hall of Famers. Mm-hmm. Their jerseys are getting retired in Vancouver. Regardless, they're legends.
Right. And
some of the greatest players of their generation.
Yeah.
They can never win the big game.
And they had Alain Vigneault as their coach, and he screwed him over. He stuck to his speed down the ice trap, counter-punching attack, and it didn't work for them. It didn't work for the Rangers, and now the Rangers are being dismantled. And the Sedins can't ride off into the sunset with a cup on their backs. It sucks, but it's so hard to win a cup. So hard.
Yeah, especially you can have so many chances, just it blows up on you.
What's going on in these games though? So the Flyers won. So the Flyers that's won. Final.
I think the Flyers. That means I think the Panthers' tragic numbers down to 2.
The Panthers do have 3 games left though.
They need to win out. That's the only way.
Yeah.
If they lose to Boston, they're done.
So they play the Bruins and they're tied right now. Wow, that could go into a shootout.
Nashville's leading Capitals right now.
What? Did the Caps clinch? Yeah, they clinched the.
They clinched the division.
But
the only ones that are right now are the 8th seed for the West, because when St. Louis lost, Anaheim and Los Angeles clinched, and then I think the 7th and 8th seeds right now. So I think if Columbus ties with Pittsburgh, they clinch. If Philadelphia, if Florida loses, it's set.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's up in the air is between Colorado and St. Louis, and Colorado.
St. Louis losing last night, that was fucking brutal.
Yeah,
I wasn't able to see it, but Jesus Christ.
I heard
that is awful.
Yeah, there were many tweets.
They're not even waiting until May to do this shit. They're doing it now. It's oh my god. How much pain can a franchise deal with?
Gosh. What did you call them in the video?
I was originally doing laugh at the Blues. It's so funny. I'm just sitting there Jesus Christ, this is fucking painful.
The Pens and the Blue Jackets are going into overtime currently.
That means the Blue Jackets clinch.
So who?
Blue Jackets clinch.
Wow. So the Panthers are out?
No, Philly.
Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so
I think it's like regulation overtime wins. So if Philly loses out and Florida wins out the rest of their games, they clinch. But if Philly wins another game, they're out.
Wow.
It sucks because like Florida was like on a torrid tear for a while. They nearly bailed out years of managerial incompetence, right?
They could,
and it's sad because like now they're going to do something really stupid just because they think like, oh, they can't do it, even though the core nearly bailed them out.
Yeah. Well, Dave Bolland and them, they're snake bitten somehow.
It's not even them. It's like your Sasha Barkovs, your Aaron Ekblad's, Vinny Trocheck's, Jonathan Huberdeau's, Nick Bukestad's. Like Roberto Luongo was playing like he was 30 again.
Yeah,
that's what saddens me, man.
All right,
because the players, I like when I rip a team, it's not about the players. Well, mostly not about the players. Yeah, like Florida, it's not about the players. That's ownership meddling.
All right, let's get through.
Looks like the Pens won.
Oh wow, they won so quickly.
The fucking Penguins winning in overtime.
Penguins. Yep.
It doesn't matter because Columbus clinched.
Yep.
Penguins, it's huge because they do better on home ice.
Yep. Let's see who scored.
I can't tell. Because unfortunately, I'm doing an ESPN feed because I'm too busy doing this. I know everyone's so excited about us talking about hockey.
I know people are
all that
preening
jazz
themselves here. We're talking about hockey. I don't see.
Yeah. Hey! I love hockey. I can talk hockey.
I know. I love hockey too. It's amazing. That's what my channel was originally going to be all about, and then I was like, I love all sports.
Yeah, I'm more hockey, football, baseball. Like I've been trying to get myself into basketball, but it's just like I don't know. It just doesn't do much. It's weird.
You want to make videos that Troydan will react to. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, dude, everybody reacts to shit. It's not a big deal. It's exposure. You know what I mean?
It is.
I think you reacted on one of mine. It's like, oh, cool.
All right. It's not the type of exposure that I expect from you.
No, I'd rather have female exposure, but that's just me.
Speaking of
sexist
exposure,
joke. Sorry.
Yeah, let's read these Snapchats here. Let me read these Snapchats. All right, Mr. Mephisto, thoughts on Preds versus Panthers no goal? That was bullshit. Okay,
I could not see it, unfortunately, but that was kind of bullshit. Did you see somebody sent several dead catfish to Toronto?
Wow, that's what you do when you bring hockey to Nashville. You don't mess with us in Nashville, man. We're gonna send you some catfish. We got plenty of it.
Nashville really went hot for hockey over the past few years, and it's so great to see.
It is.
Because it's not even like the bandwagon fan base. Give a shit about that. I'm just happy that hockey's starting to take hold in non-traditional markets.
I don't think you can call anyone that walks into that arena in Nashville a bandwagon because they have so many other things that they could be doing. They could go see the Opry. They could, hang out on.
I mean, it took a while for it to really manifest. If you think about it, they were on the verge of moving.
Yeah. Took a run to the Cup Finals and potentially another.
It was a couple. It was starting to grow a few years beforehand. You could see it.
Yeah.
The ownership's really dedicated.
Yeah.
And that's what's really doing it. They've really done a lot of grassroots work. They've really built up interest and passion in the fans. And it's really done a number. California is actually doing a good bit on hockey too. The Kings, a little bit with the Ducks, although more on traffic there. San Jose has always been a big hockey hotbed.
It's amazing.
San Francisco and proxy.
There's only 7 Canadian teams, right? 6 or 7 Canadian teams, and
to be fair, most of the Canadian teams are run terrible. If you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do the Wild
best run teams are Winnipeg and Toronto?
Yeah, how do the Wild and the Winnipeg keep sneaking in the playoffs?
Winnipeg hasn't made the playoffs in 5 years.
No,
they haven't won a playoff game.
They haven't won a playoff game.
Back to Atlanta. They have not won a single game. And I think they do it this year. I think they win a series, maybe 2.
Interesting. I think they get Minnesota in the first round. So.
Oh yeah, they might crush them. They might sweep them because Minnesota is they lost Ryan Suter for the year.
Yeah,
and that was their best defense.
Do they have Parise? Is he even out there?
Yeah, they still Parise. He's still like He's not like a first liner. He's more like a middle six guy right now.
All right, let's get through some more of these super chats. Dr. Doom, the Cardinals baseball voodoo priest. Interesting.
It's what they do, man.
That's right.
Cardinals every goddamn time.
Yep. Alex Moreno. Notice how I said that. Moreno. Tree, 32nd team, Quebec, Hartford, or Halifax. I thought Seattle's getting it.
Ooh. Well, Seattle could get it, but personally, I mean, I'd rather go with Quebec or Hartford.
Yeah. I would like to see Hartford back. Because
Brass Bonanza, baby. Every time.
Yep. There's nothing in Hartford. There's just a river and, like, hockey. That's it. Have you ever been there?
I mean, Brass Bonanza is so goddamn catchy. Why do you think I use it in the hurricane shit all the time, man?
Yes, it is.
It's such a great song.
They're going to put a team in Halifax? What the hell?
Halifax, Nova Scotia. They were talking about moving a team to Hamilton. Wow. There was always that rumor about moving the Blues to Saskatoon back in the 80s.
There's just not many Canadians. I think the city of New York has more people in it than all of Canada. So
the key with Canada, though, is they're very passionate about hockey. Look at how Winnipeg sells out every game.
That's true. They could have
Winnipeg has a great fan base.
Yeah,
and they deserve something really special for what they put up with.
Yeah, the Winnipeg whitewash. That's what we're going to see this year. I said that wrong on purpose to trigger people. Dr. Doom, last question. Seattle getting a hockey team, thoughts? I
think it does well.
Yeah, I think it does well, too, because Seattle...
I mean, the hell I said about Vegas is different, but look at Seattle. Like, they have a successful junior league team. I think they're in a decent hockey hotbed. Like, Seattle and Portland, I think, have legitimate shots of being good hockey hotbeds. Even the same as Houston. Because, I mean, like, you scoff your head at Houston, like, roll your eyes and question, but look at Dallas. I think it'll work well there. I think if you get a good owner in Houston, not a fucking Eugene Melnick, but, like, somebody legitimate, and you build it up, I think people come. Look at what happened with the Houston Aeros back in the day. They were a popular team.
I think with Seattle, all you got to do is win, and then all their bandwagon fans will just hop right on board. They love the Sounders. They love the Seahawks. And when the Mariners won 116 games and they sucked ass in the playoffs, they love them too. That was great.
I mean, technically, like, the hardcore fans still love them. The bandwagoners are dispersing from Seattle pretty badly.
How do you win?
They're going to San Fran or LA.
How do you win at a nearly 700 clip and not get past the Yankees that year? Like,
because it's the Yankees.
But still, that made me almost lose faith in baseball. Like, I was like, what?
Baseball's rigged regardless, man. Dude, there's like 8 teams that are going to have a chance at winning. I know everyone said, like, Pittsburgh's going to win. It's like, no, Pittsburgh's not going to fucking...
Mets look good. I might have to buy a PS3 to play, or PS4 to play MLB The Show so I can get all into the Mets. This is a great question.
Meet the Mets, step right up and beat the Mets.
Did you say beat the Mets?
Sorry, had to. That song's catchy, too.
It is very catchy. I like his fat midget hands, too, of Mr. Met. He's got those fat, like, clown
I
hands.
have not seen his hands.
They're very creepy.
Even I should know because, like, they've seen, like, the flicking off, but...
Yes, that was funny, too. That was great. And a great...
like 4 hands.
Yes. He was like, fuck you with my big fat... I'm getting demonetized. Don't feed Phil. Great question here. I knew we were going to talk some NFL when Perna's not here. Who are the champions
of the off season?
I got to give the trophy. Hold on. This symbolic trophy is going to the LA
Your
Rams.
winner. I got to get that gif out. I would go Rams right now. Look at the names they're bringing in: Ndamukong Suh, Marcus Peters, fucking Aqib Talib, Brandon Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're going.
Yeah.
They're a favorite to win the NFC now.
Yeah, they are. They're tough.
It's going to be between them and San Francisco.
But you see this every year, though. Whoever wins the offseason doesn't manifest in the regular season. Just, I don't know why it is. You know, last year the Giants put together a real nice squad. Cowboys added some pieces, and where'd they finish?
I think the Bucks won the offseason last year, and they didn't do
What did
too
they
hot.
do?
That's more because Jameis Winston is the epitome of inconsistency, but still.
You know what's amazing about Jameis Winston is that intellectually his IQ is like less than maybe competent to stand trial, but his football IQ is off the charts. Like, it's amazing that he can have intuition on a gridiron and have no such intuition inside of his head. Like, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean, sometimes, like, it's savants. You know, sometimes skills manifest in certain ways. You know what I mean? Like, some guy, if you have a guy that's an IQ of 175, and on the football field he'll have an IQ of 40. It happens.
The smartest play I ever saw was this guy. One time, Brett Favre threw like an interception, and it was Favre in the flat, and he threw it right to a defensive lineman. And as the lineman was running up, he saw it and recognized that it was Brett Favre, and hopped up in the air before he even made the tackle. And Brett Favre tried to cut him, and he just. It was amazing because he just jumped right over him and then ran and scored the touchdown. And afterwards they were like, why'd you do that? He was like, I saw it was Brett Favre. I know quarterbacks can't tackle up high. He's like, they try to cut you. And I was like, how the hell? Like, that's what you have. That's how smart you have to be to make it in the NFL, because the guy that's not that smart gets tackled and he costs his team an opportunity to win. And the guy that makes it is the one that studies and just loves football to the point where, you know, he's worth the $1 million that they give him out there.
You have to be at the end of the day.
Yeah. Though I do have a friend that, so I used to work with the guy that played center for the NC State for Phillip Rivers, and they had a tight end who his nickname was Poobie Jack, and it was spelled P-O-B-E, misspelled tattoo on his arm. And it said Poobie Jack. And apparently,
Florida scored.
Right. Oh. Apparently he had a schlong that was, 20 inches, some outrageous number. And then that there were complaints in his dorm room from women that sounded like they were getting assaulted, but they were more than happy with the situation. But he played 1 year in the NFL and then blew out his knee. Now Susanna's gone. Anyways.
Yeah, I'd leave on that note too.
Yeah, that's right. But apparently
she's eating her dinner, man.
Oh,
she doesn't want to hear that shit.
I didn't get to finish. Apparently Poobie Jack was so dumb he would just repeat everything back to you, whatever you said to him. So he'd be like, "It's hot today." He'd be like, "Hot as hell." And then he'd be like, "Did you go to class?" "Went to class." Like, that's all he was capable of saying, and he played in the NFL. So I don't think smarts is that required. Anyways.
Right.
Let's wrap it up. We got 2 minutes to go. Video on MLS's soccer retirement home from Nathan Dowie. I love that because what's his name? Ibranovic scored a goal from the outside the penalty box, and MLS is hyping it up like it's their viral thing. And I'm like, that guy's old and he's failed and he's in the MLS. So, would you ever do a video like that, Tree?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm kind of relaxed right now. Weird. And all that. We're
not talking about hockey anymore, so you're just checking out? I guess.
Not really. I wouldn't say that. I mean, we're at a decent pace right now. Fucking Penguins won.
Yeah.
Rip out your cocks.
How's that change
Pretend
everything here?
Capitals lost too. It's always a good sign.
Did they update? So New Jersey clinched. They're in.
Yeah, New Jersey has clinched. I think Columbus is clinched. Philadelphia is the only one clinched.
Yep. So it's,
and I think if they get a point, they're in.
If Philly gets a point,
I play the Rangers. So take that as you will.
The Rangers have been eliminated for a while.
Yep. The only ones that are fighting for a spot right now are Florida, Philadelphia, Colorado, and St. Louis.
Yep. Preds beat the Caps. Panthers are beating the Bruins. Wow, they are.
I saw them score. Well, Florida, they need to win out. And they've got 2 more games. They got one against, I looked it up, Buffalo and Boston.
Okay, that's a win.
And Boston's at home.
Right, and Boston's going to be resting their starters. Florida's going to win out. They're going to win out.
We'll see. I mean, Philadelphia plays the Rangers.
Yeah, that's true. That's
if Philadelphia gets a point, like they go to overtime, they make the playoffs.
the Rangers
doesn't
are
matter.
tanking so hard.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Florida's probably going to be like a point out of the playoffs. That's the issue.
All right, let's bring in the pool, and then we'll wrap it up. You guys get 30 seconds, okay? 30 seconds. You get one hot take from Tic Tac Toe.
Ooh, I want to hear some scorchers.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I want to hear some mad scorchers.
All right, hold on. Let me bring in Fly Latore. Hold on, I got to change all the permissions here again. Damn it. Permissions. Oh, wrong server.
Always the permissions, man.
Yep. No, TikTok's here. Oh, there we
Stupid
go.
Permissions.
What's up? What's your hot take? You got 30 seconds.
Fuck Kari Ledman.
Oh.
He's a dumpster fire, man.
He is,
always
man.
has been a dumpster fire.
Don't feed Phil. Bring back the old LA Rams uniform. Thank you,
We have
Phil.
so much
Phil.
talent. We have way too much talent.
You have one line. That's really about it.
Yeah.
One or two.
Well, one great
Hitch
line.
likes to
I
swap
mean,
it up
probably
a
the
lot.
best line in hockey. But
Hitch likes to swap it up a lot. Like
Ken Hitchcock
we
is
have,
an old fossil. I have no idea why they hired.
I don't get
like,
it
we
either.
usually start our fourth line a lot at home games. Sometimes, like we start like Fox, Shore.
2 years ago, they looked like the deepest squad in the league offensively.
Yeah, we did when we won the conference. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and now they're
then
shit.
Kari Lehtonen did that game 7, which I will say is one of the greatest choke jobs I've ever seen out of an individual player.
It is.
Very
It is.
letting in.
This team.
Oh, we got super chat. One more.
One good thing about
Hold
this
on.
team is Kari Lehtonen's a free agent after this year.
Dr. Doom.
Like
Will the
once it is
Cleveland?
off-season, boom, Kari's gone.
Hold on one
Good.
second. I got.
I'd rather bring him in for less money.
Dr. Doom. Will the Cleveland Browns win 6 games? Yes.
I agree with
Exactly
that,
6.
yes.
Exactly 6.
If they don't win 6 games, I'll left my son.
I will too.
But
They have to be. They can't be
Fuck.
bad forever. They can't be bad forever.
it's Cleveland, dude.
Right, that's
They
true.
can be bad forever
I
without
said
their own-
8 or 9 games, so
Yeah. All right, TikTok. You got anything?
If the Red Sox pitching keeps it up, Red Sox win the World Series.
Wow,
that's a fucking
bold
lie.
prediction.
I'm a Yankees
5
fan.
games.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man, are you guys gonna fight?
Shit's getting real, man. Oh,
Yep.
Hold on.
Uh oh.
And no, I'm
Lunchroom.
not bandwagon Yankees. I'm originally from New York.
Yeah.
Raised as a Yankees fan.
No, I'm a Met fan. Fuck your Yankees. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fuck
Okay.
your Yankees, man.
Yeah.
Snow in April.
Uh-huh. Guess what I can do? I can mute you though. See, so I'm kidding. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the show, everyone. Oh man, don't feed Phil. Wants to extend it. He's like bidding on an eBay auction here. Red Sox are the New York Yankees of the 2010s. They are not.
No, I disagree.
No, we're
yeah, that's a hot take.
That is a hot
scorcher.
take, but I love Don't Feed Phil. He's one of a vital asset to the show.
A legend of legends.
Yes. Pure
True friend
legend.
of the crown, Dilly Dilly.
Dilly, dilly, dilly. I do love that commercial. They have some. All right. I'm
Okay,
go
Trey,
ahead.
who do you want to get the first pick for Dolan?
All right.
Ooh.
I'm saying not
Part of me
Montreal
thinks
because
Chicago gets it because the league and I don't know fucking anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want Montreal to get him because fuck Bergevin. Let's be real here.
Well, I mean, look at all the teams that are doing it. So,
All right.
you go
Hey,
full
wait,
Bergevin,
guys.
or you're dealing with the mess in Arizona,
Or
Jim
Ken
Benning in
Holland.
Vancouver,
Can I douse
team
this
that's
dumpster
punting
fire?
or Eugene Melnick.
All right. All right, guys,
Or
stop.
Ken Holland.
Can I wrap this show up so I can go buy
Yeah.
snacks for my family?
Okay, dude, go smoke your weed.
All right,
Jesus.
Jeez.
That was
I
the
don't
number
do
one pick.
that. Hold on, dead air.
Oh, there's dead air again.
Yeah, he's the MVP. He was the MVP last string.
Dead air. He was a little late, but I'll give him credit. He made
Yeah,
a really good
he did
appearance
make
this
it.
time.
All
Very
right.
thoughtful.
I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to this show, and thank you, Suzanne, for not sucking. You were actually pretty good for your debut.
You should have her on
Kick
again.
Stream.
She was pretty good.
We'll
Very
have her
insightful.
on, talk Angels, baseball. Thanks to the Fly Latore and TikTok, and I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this fucking stream.